Hi everybody. So here we are at my gaming screen. This is a humble RCA 39-inch screen that I use for gaming, sometimes watching movies. Today we're going to do a quick playthrough of some Vice City, which is my favorite game, favorite non-racing game of all time so far. This game is really nostalgic for me, and it's just, I love it. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have to turn on my PlayStation 2. And because I've spent so much time on this console playing Vice City, even that little tone that it played to turn on the system is associated in my brain with Vice City and all of the warm memories. Which I can also say about the Rockstar logo screen. Okay. For copyright reasons, I'm going to skip through most of the anything with music in the background, because most of the gameplay videos that I've done, even leaving the music out can sometimes mean your video will get claimed. So yeah, for that reason I'm gonna just skip through as fast as I can. I love these loading screens, the characters, and just the colors. Definitely an 80s baby. I would have been a teenager in the 80s. And so yeah, this game definitely is nostalgic for that reason, as well as, I don't know, especially with the music. Some of the music I actually listened to back in those days, but some of it's more, I don't know what you call it when something becomes nostalgic, even though you really didn't listen to it when you were a kid, but yeah, a lot of the more pop and new wave kind of stuff is that way now. I didn't really get into it when it was popular, but I do like a lot of the songs. I mean, a good song is a good song, Alright, so we're going to go through real quick. This is the map, and that helps you find certain places in more detail. You can zoom in on the map if you want to. The brief screen just gives you a repeat of the instructions for a particular mission that you happen to be on, if you're on one. Load is where you can load one of your saved games. As you can see, I've got 8 saved games here in various stages of the mission playthrough, so that I can go back and replay certain missions or certain sections of the game. So it's just for convenience that I keep these all here. Stats, which you can scroll up and down if you want to. This just lets you know all of the things you've completed, plus just some random stuff that is fun to keep track of. Things destroyed. Tires popped with gunfire. That's a good one. Times busted. Number of wanted stars attained. Number of wanted stars evaded. Headshots. Least favorite gang. That one's pretty funny. Yeah, there's some pretty funny stats in here. Highest vigilante mission level. That's a fun one. favorite radio station, least favorite radio station, sprayings. That's the number of time that you've taken your car to to evade a wanted level by spraying it a different color. Property destroyed. Property owned. Highest media attention. So obviously this is a game where I haven't played far into it. So display lets you change some things about the brightness, widescreen on and off, stuff like that. Audio, you can separately control the audio, the volume of the music and the sound effects, and some other things here. And then this just lets you know what the controls do. I think you can change them if you want, but I usually leave them the way they are. So let's go back to the load screen. Now, let's see, the Stunt Boat Challenge one is the one that I have where I've played through the missions enough to open up the map, but I haven't collected any of the hidden packages yet, so let's load that one. The thing that's fun about the hidden packages, I know some people probably find that task pretty tedious at first. I actually do it for fun now because I know where they all are, and it's just a nice way to explore the map. So, now this, I saved it when I was not yet using widescreen, so we gotta turn that on. Alright, here we go. Now I know you're thinking, look at these awful graphics, right? But wow, there we go. But back in the time that this was done, this actually looked really good. And I have to say that even now, where I'm used to playing games and watching movies in HD, it's pretty cool to still have a game like this where you have to use your imagination some more. So let's go ahead and what I'm trying to do here is to get to the other side of the map to get started with the hidden packages. So I'll just take a quick drive down the sidewalk. Cut across Starfish Island. And of course, unfortunately, the entire map doesn't stay loaded at once, so whenever you cross from one side to the other, you have to wait for that quick load screen there. Alright, so let's start by going to South Beach, essentially. What is South Beach in this game? It's not called that, but that's basically what it's modeled after. Alright, here we go. You can see all this cool Art Deco style buildings. There's some nice cars in this neighborhood. So yeah, if this were at night, all the buildings would be lit up in neon. Similar to, you know, of course, what... Whoa! Yeah. Little tip for you. The traffic does not pay attention to what you're doing. So, one of the things that happens frequently, as you saw, is people turn left in front of you. So you're going straight, they turn left in front of you, you got nowhere to go. And I'm sure that happens in real life way too often, especially for people driving motorcycles. The one time I've had a really bad accident was because, like an idiot, I hadn't looked far enough ahead on the road of oncoming traffic, and so I turned left and got hit. Yeah. That was a stupid mistake. But anyway, here we go. You have to be very careful through here because the water comes at you from lots of different angles, and it's easy to end up in the water when you didn't mean to be. Alright, so as you can see, the first location is a lighthouse, a very tall lighthouse. You can hear all these weird voices of people. Alright, so here's the first hidden package. Let's give you a good close-up of what they look like. This is strange dialogue. Okay, let's move on. Alright, I'm going to take a shortcut to the location of the next hidden package. Now I'm pursuing these in order of convenience. Oops, I think I just knocked somebody into the water. Yeah. Whoa, there's the edge of the water right there. I better avoid that. Okay, here we go. Let's follow this sidewalk and we'll go across another little bridge. So yeah, the maps that you'll find online for the hidden packages are in a certain order. I've kind of changed the order, and I have a little cheat sheet here that doesn't tell you exact locations. Like, there's not a picture or map or something that I use. What it does is just name the locations, and by memory I just, try to find them. But I've played through this a number of times, so now I have, usually just by naming the location I can remember where that is. And I love the style of this house. It's just cool, I think. I've seen beach houses that look like this. And there you go. Second hidden package. Let's get back on the bike. Alright. Next one. This says Cortez Car Park is my note. Cortez is one of the nice people that you meet. He owns that big yacht that's sitting out there. And yeah, I just call it Cortez Car Park, but basically refers to the car park next to the marina. And you just go to this corner, and there's the hidden package. Yep. Alright. Now my next note says Seaview Building, which refers to a building that's over in this direction. It's actually that big building right in front of, right there. But there's no direct way to get there from here, so I have to go around the block and get in there from the back. So let's do that real quick. It's over by the hospital. Oops. Notice how easily I knocked over a a huge metal pole for a street light. That was funny. Okay. And back here is the hidden package. Oop. Now the next one, you almost can see from here that little walkway that's under the bridge right there. That's where the next one is. So obviously a little bit difficult to get there from here. So we'll have to go around again. The last thing you ever want to do in this game is fall in the water, because you can't swim. So you instantly take a trip to the hospital and lose all your weapons and so forth. So yeah, avoid the water like the plague. Okay, let's very carefully walk down there. Alright. There we go. I always like to take a look under the bridge here, and maybe in the water over here. This game has a weird way of hugging the wall. But yeah, look at that view. Isn't that neat? Water. There's some fish. But yeah, there's the mansion that's modeled after Scarface. So later on, if you go inside there, yeah, it'll look kind of familiar if you've seen that movie. Alright, back to the bike. Alright, so now we have a note that says Rooftop by Spiral Car Park. So what that refers to is the car park at the mall, the outside mall. And there's a nice direct way to get there. Right here, oops. You know that thing where you're saying don't hit that, and then you hit it? Okay, so yeah. The hidden package is up there on that rooftop just to my left a little bit. So to get there, takes a little acrobatics on the bike. Now this would be among those packages that are referred to as needlessly difficult to get at certain stages of the game. If you read the guides on playing the game and you know, the guides to getting all the hidden packages. But I just find it kind of fun and challenging to be able to get certain ones at certain stages. Oh no, I messed up. Alright. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do it again. Oh boy. Well, one of the most frequent comments I get on my videos is I wish they were longer. Well, I hope I'm not making you dizzy here, but oh, I love this view. But yeah, let's try it again, and hopefully we won't mess it up this time. There we go. This is one of those things where when you're watched, you always mess something up. I have done that jump successfully so many times. Alright, well anyway. Alright, let's just have a look at this view over here. Isn't that cool? Now, and check that out, up there. Yeah. That isn't actually the building that's modeled after the Fontainebleau, but there is one that is. So, alright, so the next note says Apartment 1102, Washington, which is a apartment that you'll eventually claim as your own, as one of your safe houses. So for now, let's just go there. This is a little shortcut. This alley you want to keep in mind because it's also a shortcut to the lawyer's office, which is right there. Rosenberg. Yeah, it's voiced by William Fichtner. But yeah, I just think this is such a cool building. It's too bad that you can't actually go in it. But let's go hurry up to the back where the hidden package is, because we've got a nice thunderstorm that we can look at. Let's see if I can do a smooth operation of the analog stick here. Give you a nice little pan. Oh. I'm sorry if I'm taking too long for this, but thunderstorms for me are just wonderful. I love them. And And the way they've modeled this into the game is so cool, you know. Everything turns dark, the water turns dark, there's flashes of lightning. And it's just another reason why I love this game so much. You know. Alright, let's move on. Back to the bike. Alright, my next note says pink swimming pool. Okay. What that refers to is the pink building, the huge pink building with the swimming pool behind it. Now, as we go back through this alley, you're going to get a glimpse right there. That's the pink building. It's so large and pink that it's pretty easy to find. And here we go. And while I'm here, these colors I just love. I'm going to top off my body armor, which I've ruined by falling off the bike so many times. Okay. Now, the next note says rooftop by staircase jump. Now this one is a little tricky to do, but we'll go ahead and go get it. Oops. Maybe I'll give you a glimpse of the South Beach, Miami neon first. Here's some of it. Yeah, here we go. It's not very bright yet. Maybe because it's not... well... anyway, that's pretty cool. I really enjoy that. Alright, so let's see if we can get this jump done. Alright, now this is an alley, of course. You are going to need to navigate the alleys for missions sometimes. The staircase you'll be jumping is this one right here. And there's, by the way, a police bribe, very useful for taking your wanted level down by 1 star. Alright, but what we need is to do that jump and land on the building across the street, so there we go. And of course, long jumps are nice and give you that little slow-mo. Just have to look at the buildings every time I come up here. It's neat. Okay. Next one says... hope that's not too loud. It's not cooperating with me here. There we go. Just simply says bridge. Okay. Well, that must mean just the bridge back by the water, so let's check it out. Whoa, let's not hit the cab, that would be a bummer. There's another problem you have to watch out for with the traffic. They'll just cut into the oncoming lane. Alright, so here we go. The bridge they're referring to, that I wrote in my notes, is right here. Again, be very careful, right next to the water. But yeah, neat little spot, huh? I like it. And there's the hit package, so boom. Now I've collected 10, so you get your first reward, which is the body armor. Now, it says it's delivered to the Ocean View Hotel, which is your original hideout. But the cool thing about getting all of the hidden packages is not just that all the armor and weapons respawn at the hotel hideout. they respawn at several other properties that you'll own. Now, one of the most important things is that you don't buy property until you've collected all 100 hidden packages, because if you've already bought the property before getting the packages done, then the glitch in the system stops all of those rewards from respawning at that spot. And it's awfully convenient to have 3 or 4 places on the map where you have weapons and armor respawning, so yeah, that's a big tip. Okay, the next note says lifeguard shack. So we're going to double back this way again, and we're going to go out onto the beach. Alright, there we go. Watch out. Okay. You just basically head towards that really bright star, or just kind of veer off to the right as you come through that space in the walkway. And Mr. Hidden Package is right there. And you get a nice little, here, let's go up there. Oops. From here you can get a nice little view of South Beach, Miami. And all the, obviously there's a certain element of repetition in the game, rendering of it, but I don't mind. It just looks cool. I'm fascinated by those colors and so forth. Okay. Alright, what's the note say now? Oh boy. The next note says simply PD, which PD refers to the police department. So I hope this isn't going to be counter to the relaxation I'm trying to create here, but there is a certain level of urgency that happens when you just waltz into the police station beyond the section that civilians are allowed. So here we go. So you're allowed in the lobby. Right here you're safe. You are not allowed. Actually, I think you can go into the locker room. Or maybe not. Oh boy. Instant 2-star wanted level. I better run up there and get this hidden package, which is hidden in one of these offices back here. Whoops. Oh boy. And I'm getting shot, and there's even a cop in this room with me. This is not good. Oh boy. Okay, run away, run away. The walls do not help. Now, the really important thing at this point, now that I have that hidden package, is to get on the bike and go for the police bribes immediately. Because now there's going to be cop cars chasing after me, and that's going to be bad. Alright, so there's one police bribe right here, in between these. Okay, we gotta get rid of the cop car before it hits me. And then there's another one conveniently located right over here. Ooh. Boom. Alright. Wanted level disappears. Okay. Now, the next one simply says cool house. And what that means is I have to go to one of the spots in the map that I really like. Hope I'm going the right way. Let me see. I think it's down this way, actually. Yes. That's the thing about running away from the police. It takes you a long way away from where you want to be sometimes. Okay. Looks like, yeah. Okay, here we go. Oops, I just passed the entry. Up here. Alright. The reason I say cool house is because check out how cool that looks. I don't know. I think it's fascinating. This big long house. Now we're going to avoid walking through the rampage icon, because I don't really feel like doing that right now. That skull that's sitting there. But over there in the corner, you can see the hidden package rotating. But yeah. Oops. I'm just fascinated with kind of modern architecture and things like that, so yeah, that's why I like this house so much. It's neat. And I'm really fascinated with these glass blocks. I don't know why. Just like them. Okay. Now the next one, after cool house, it says shower cubes, which is right back here. So some of the hidden packages are really close together, which is kind of nice. Actually, the next few of them are. There you go. It's right here in the shower. Pretty cool, huh? All the different colors. Alright, let's go ahead and try and get out of here. Get back on the bike. The next note. Alright. Says Starfish Island Bridge. Well, I'm right there. There we go. I'll leave the bike right there. Oops, it just tipped over. Well, that's fine. Alright, here we go. There's another one. Boom, 15 packages done. Alright. It looks like the game doesn't really recognize vertical distance. So cars were honking at me even though I was below them, and I was responding with the arm gesture. Yeah, too funny. Alright. Next note, after Starfish Island Bridge, says Spand Express. Spand Express. Get it? Okay. This is another package that's listed under needlessly difficult to get at this point in the game. But because I found a way to get to it on foot without having to do the mission that's associated with it, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, there are two in this area, so... Alright, here we go. Now this is very tricky. You gotta be careful. I sometimes use the analog stick for navigating through here. Okay, now the tricky part here is you need to jump onto that ledge. And it's not easy to get right. Okay. Alright. I love... The pit of my stomach always gets a bit nervous when I'm trying to do that, because I want to get it right. Obviously, I could do it over and over until I did, but you would get bored watching that, so the next part that's important to get right is to step off directly into this alley. So you gotta make sure that you're facing correctly. Oh, come on. There we go. Boom. I'm in. Okay. And then to get out, you just walk into this yard, and looks like I've already done this mission. So I could just walk out that gate, but we're going to do this way because I need to get back up to the construction site. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's try it again. Okay, this is much easier if you just do one thing at a time, so... Alright, here we go. Alright, now here comes one that's pretty tricky to do, because it takes some balance. The note for this says, girder. Okay, this is where I go to the analog stick, because I need to go very carefully. Oops. There we go, okay. But as tricky as it is to get up here, the view is definitely worth it. You can see that's great. I love Vice City, I really do. There's the golf course. And some of the other cool buildings. Alright. Now let's just get on out of here. Oops. There we go. I'm using the D-pad now, hoping that I can keep it going in a straight line. Oh boy. Alright, let's just walk on down now. I'll take the small hit to my body armor just so I can get down a little faster. Okay. Next one says Jetty, which is on the other side of this building of apartments. Okay. Right there. Okay. And there seems to be a boat sitting there, which would be fun, but not for the purposes of this video. Alright, next note says Malibu parking, which refers to the Malibu Club. Parking right behind it. So we'll just hop over this bridge over here and head on down. Alright, into the parking lot here. Oops, not this parking lot. It's actually this one, which is a little tricky. There it is. Okay. Alright, next note says Gonzalez roof. Yeah, the problem with that one is you actually have to complete the mission to get to it, or have a helicopter, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. The next one says Vice Point Langer, which is this huge building there, but it's actually behind it. Alright, here we go. What makes it fun is this huge swimming pool behind the building. Pretty neat. And of course all the people that get a bit alarmed when you show up on a motorcycle in a place that's supposed to be for pedestrians. Alright, chainsaw after 20. Oh, be calm, people. Alright, let's go around this way. Alright, and we're back to the street level. Okay, now, next note says pizza shop. So, we'll go ahead and drop the bike right here, head on in and get some pizza. Why not, right? Neat pizza shop. So here's the hidden package. Let's see if it lets me get some pizza. Maybe not. It must disable the pizza function because I have 100% of my health. And since I have all of my health, then eating pizza doesn't help me. So the next note says apartment walkway. Basically, I just remember that there's another hidden package right across the street from the pizza shop, tucked under here. There we go. Now we'll go back and retrieve the bike. Next note says jewelry shop, which is right up the street. Here we go. This is also one of the businesses that you have to knock off in the mission for that. But for the time being, I'm just going to walk in here and get the package. The store owner will not mind. Oops.
Hey, watch where you're going, buddy.
Well, excuse me. Alright, the next note says Mercedes house. Oh yeah, this is another spot I love on this map. And Mercedes' character, you just have to love her. Firuza Balk voices her, and she's awesome, you know. She's awesome, the character's awesome, I love her. Yeah. She's got her own helipad, of course, and a view of the golf course. Very lovely. And it's just a cool, modern-looking house. It looks much cooler at night, but I like it. Now, the hidden package is back here by one of the rear doors. So you just have to remember to look next to the blue door on this side. There we go. Oops. Oh boy. The bike is starting to smoke a bit. Can we see anything? It doesn't look like much up here during the daytime. Anyway, I think it's time for a quick trip to a pay and spray, maybe, to get the bike in better shape. But we'll get there when we pass it, I think. Alright, let's move on to the next note. Apartments rooftop. Okay, that's across the street. Sorry if I'm disrupting traffic here. And yes, you can get there by motorcycle. It's a little tricky, but yes, you can maneuver up there on your bike. Oops. See, things like this are the reason why the bike doesn't last very long. There we go. You do that a little bit blind, but you kind of have to just trust that you can keep poking the buttons and it'll make it around. Okay, here we are on the rooftop. And next to these cute little louvered doors is the package. Okay. Next note says garden tree palm, which is in this courtyard down here. This lovely little courtyard filled with bushes and trees. Happy little trees. And you have to go out the very end, and right here in this corner is the package. Okay. And now we can just slip into this little alley here for a second. The next note says hotel. Alright, great. Hotel refers to the the hotel that looks like the Fontainebleau. Now, before we get there, I'm going to go to, oh look at that, the sunset's showing. Very nice. Ooh, here we are at the pay and spray. Let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. Now you do need to keep an eye on where all the locations of the pay and spray shops are. Alright, pay and spray. Basically anything that's wrong with your car, as long as you're not driving a police vehicle. You pop in here. Oops, actually. There we go. So now, basically the damage is all taken care of. And you come out with a different color, and that usually erases your wanted level for the police as well. Okay. So now we have this magnificent little spot that's next to the hotel, but I wanted to show first this cool hidden spot that really doesn't function for anything. I mean, they do have a armor icon tucked in here, but look how cool this is. It's a little tiki bar in somebody's backyard. I mean, I love little details like this that they put in the game. It's so cool. Besides, I love tiki bars. I love Mai Tais. Although Mai Tais are something I've only acquired a taste for recently. I'd never really tried them until this past Christmas when we were at our favorite Chinese restaurant. And I thought, why not? I'll have a Mai Tai for a change. And it was wonderful. Very, very good. Again, with the little louvered, I don't know, I just find that fascinating. It's neat. And all of this, island style. Love that. Okay. So yeah. Moving on to this neat little view of the downtown area. Some water, and over here is the hotel. You can see the cool diving boards in the back, right there. Alright. Now we gotta come around this very severe corner. And then here we are at the front of the hotel. Let's just jump off and take a quick look up at that. That's awesome. Now what does it actually say in front? Let's see. That might be something that they removed. I seem to recall that the hotel did have some sort of sarcastic name. Oh well. Now, this hidden package is kind of tucked away. I mean, check this out. You literally cannot see it until you're right up on it. There. Lovely. Okay. And then the next one says diving board, which refers to over here. Oh, such a lovely little view. This is I spend a lot of time dreaming, daydreaming while I'm playing this game. Okay. There it is, at the end of the diving board. And give you another little cute view of the city. And right there in front of you is the Swanko Casa. Now I'm going to take a hit here, but let's just jump right down. Oops. Yeah. It's a faster way down than trying to take the stairs, but anyway. Yeah. Go around the other side of the hotel. Some more Art Deco buildings. Okay. Now, the next one. Prawn Island Bridge. Okay. So this location is another little secluded spot. I don't know if I've mentioned before how much I love secluded little spots. Places that not a lot of people go. I just find them kind of cute. I don't know. Place that you can have a moment to yourself and to collect your thoughts, I suppose. I don't know. Now, the next one says Jock Sport sign. Jock Sport, which is the name of one of the clothing stores. Now it's located on the beach in the corner here, so you have to come across. And now the traction on sand is not good, so I tend to go ahead and lay down the power. Okay, now it's tricky, but you have to trust that out here is it's sort of a track for running your remote control cars or whatever, but the Jock Sports sign is right here. And the hidden package is right behind the sign, so. There we go. Python delivered to the hotel. Now the Python refers to the 6-shooter. It's probably a 44 Magnum or something, you know. It's basically a one-shot. It's got, you know, how much ever ammo that you happen to be carrying, but the other pistol takes several shots to take somebody down. The Python, usually one shot is enough. So yeah, it's a very useful weapon. Now, next note says Vice Point Building. Okay, what that means is this yellow building right up here. We're kind of next to the North Point Mall now, on the left, or was on the left. So you come through this little gap in the wall, and on the second set of windows, there's the package. All right. Okay. Give you a neat little view of the buildings along the beach again. Okay. Now, the next note says North Point Mall outside, which I believe is over here on this part of the building. Here's another hideout that you'll eventually gain. You can see by the little green icon in front. Okay, yeah. There's a hidden package here in between the entrances on this side. Here we go. Awesome. There are several located around the mall. Which one do I see? Mall inside sale signs. Okay, I guess I gotta go inside the mall. Alright, let's go on in. And yes, I'm going to go in with my motorcycle. Now the trick is you're facing the wrong way when you appear, so you gotta go backwards. But it's much nicer than walking around everywhere. Okay. Let's hope that this continues to carry me all the way to the top. Okay, here we go. Alright. So, there's all these signs that say sale, and right in front of the door, there's the hidden package. The next note says gash, which is the joke name for the gap. But yeah, in Vice City it's called gash. I know, some of the humor is rather risque, but anyway. Alright. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and change my outfit. Why not? Alright. Oops. Again, sometimes walls and things grab you. Oops. That's not the way I want it to go. Okay, this is tricky. Alright, here we go. It's kind of neat to be essentially in what's probably a display area. So yeah. Oops. Oops. Let's try to... Yeah, next note says car park, which is outside the mall. So we'll go ahead and go down. Down, he said, which is on the other side of the mall. So, oops. Ooh. Look at that. I actually have a. You can steal that car if you want to. That's the Lamborghini, obviously. But yeah, it's pretty fun to steal that car and drive around inside the mall. Okay, it actually faced me the correct direction. Moving on. Need to go around the corner into the mall parking. Now you go into the right-hand entrance, and then you just basically go around. U-turn, and there's the package. Pretty simple. Alright, next we have the Prawn Island section. Yeah, let's go there since it's nearby. These are some very tricky ones, however. Some of them. Okay. Alright, here we go. Which should we do first? It says alley. Okay. That one is easy. Which is right here. Okay. Next note says studio rooftop. Okay, I hope this is going to be another one that isn't going to... I can get right every single time I'm not being watched, kind of thing. But this is a tricky one. Ooh, got it. Alright. So that part's half of the tricky part. The other half is setting up this. Alright, now we need to line up this jump just right. Okay. And we're going to need all the speed we can get. Ready? Go. Now, you also have to keep... There we go. Because the rooftop you land on is not the one you need to be on. And while it's in the slow motion, you still can control what you're doing, luckily. And you need to lift up on the bike because that way it'll roll from one rooftop to the next one. And then you can get this package up here. Very tricky. Okay. And the next one says Studio Hangar, which is basically right in front of you. It's the one on the right. And while we're in here, I'll go ahead and give you a quick tour of the hangars because they're pretty cool. There's the package. So, this hangar, we have our fake moon landing, quote unquote. Of course, there's some other interesting things over here. And there's this studio, which is a ship. I kind of wish that they had done something with a hidden package in here or something, but nope. And then we have this is the studio you'll be in most often, which is where the adult films are shot. So anyway, yeah. Okay, and now the next note says greenhouse, which is outside of the studio. So the trick is to get over the wall, and there's a nice spot to do it right here. Alright. Now, the greenhouse refers to not that one, but this one. Now, right over here in the corner, let's get a nice view of downtown first. But there's the package. Okie dokie. Next note says Yellow House, which is across the street. Alright. This is another rather tricky package to get, because it's hidden in a spot that's not easy to find, and getting in it is not easy either. So the place you're trying to get into is this hole in the wall right here, but you have to drop into it from above. And I hope that I'm going to get this on the first try, because it is not easy to do. Okay. Oh, okay, see. You think that you're pressing the right controls to make it jump in the right direction, but sometimes it is very, very, very difficult. Okay, so we're going to see if we can just get it to fall down. No. Okay. There. All right, I'm in. You can see how tricky it is to get your guy to fall into that hole. Alright, and in the corner is the hidden package. Wonderful. Flamethrower delivered to the hotel. I can't say... Flamethrower is more of a curiosity weapon. I don't really use it that much. Okay. Alright. This is kind of a neat building. There is a mission that requires going to the rooftop of this thing. So yeah. Maybe I'll show that in another video. Alright, moving on. Okay, so that's all 5 of the packages from Prawn Island. And the next ones are labeled golf course, the next 5. So, let's move on to the golf course. Take a little trip through the city here. Alright. Again, being very careful with the traffic so that they don't dismount me from my bike before I want to. Never really sure where they're going, and sometimes they drive really slow, so you think that they're not going to be... Oh, look at that. I must have completed, thank goodness, because getting into the golf course when it's locked involves using the bike and jumping off the walkway that you can see over there, just barely across the... There's a bridge over there, and you have to jump sideways off of it, which is not easy to do. So here, we're going to attract attention from security, but I'm going to dash through there anyway. And you saw that my weapons, I'm going to have to go back and retrieve those later. Okay, so the first one for golf course says bridge, which I believe means over here. Now the footbridge, if I can find it, footbridge is over here. So it is entirely possible to get into the golf course using the banks and the wall and jumping onto this bridge here. But it's tricky. Much easier to do when it's already open, or to get into the golf course. But I love this view of this bridge going across. It's really neat. Okay, so now basically there are two little sand traps here, and basically the one that the twisty road that you can see in the mini-map down there, you just basically point yourself so you're there. And let's not put the bike in the sand trap, but oh boy. Okay, and there you go. But yeah, it's the sand trap where you can see this view, because there's one next to it as well. Okay. Next note says driving range. Looks like I got about 5 more minutes. And on nearly dead battery again. I swear, this camera eats batteries like you wouldn't believe when you're in video mode. Okay, so you head towards the tennis courts, go across the little bridge, head off to the left here, and you've got the driving range. Alright. And at the very end is what you're looking for. Right there. This is pretty cool. I like it. Leaf Links Golf Course. Okay. The next one is Sand Bunker. That's possibly the one that I already grabbed. I'm not sure. So I think the one called Bridge is this one under here. Right down here. All right. And there's another one named Island, which refers to the island that's in the middle of this water trap. So you can just jump on down there. Now this water is not deep enough to drown you, so it's safe. And as you can see, hidden package. And there is a slope that will allow you to walk back out. And let's, whoops, yeah. Let's try to be a little more careful here, getting back to my bike. Okay. Alright, so that's 4 out of the 5. The last one is on the footbridge. Which is down here, I believe. Or maybe not. I think I've missed it. This is a green that I haven't been on before. Lovely. Well, let's run back up. I think the footbridge is actually over here. There it is. Yeah, there we are. There we are. Yep. Okay. Lovely. Okay. So now we're done with the golf course. The next section is labeled Starfish Island, which is where the Scarface mansion is. Oops, let's see. I'm going to have to find a way through here, which is going to be difficult. There we go. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Let's see if we can do the quick trick to get out of the golf course by jumping off the bridge. There we go. Nice. Okay. Alright, so here we go. We're going towards Starfish Island. Wow, you gotta be careful using the front brake. There we go. Yeah. I know this looks frantic, but it's actually a nice quick way to get there. Starfish Island. Okay, here we go. Here we are in beautiful Starfish Island. And there's the mansion, again, that I keep talking about. Alright, so the first note says Diaz Waterfront. Diaz is the character who starts off owning the mansion, and you take it from him, basically. So we'll go into the property. The waterfront refers to the package that's over here facing the city. It's on the other side of this stairwell, so I'll just drop off the bike. Take a quick look at the view. Yeah, nice. And here we go. Here's the package. You gotta be careful not to fall in the water, once again. So I'm just very carefully using the throttle on this bike. Go back to the path. The next note says Diaz Alley. So here we go to the other side of the mansion. And there's an alley. And at the very end of this alley is a package. Now you have to be very careful because this path suddenly drops off into the water. So as you get closer, just kind of ease up to it because you don't want to fall in that. Yeah. Alright. Just turn around with the analog stick and walk on back to the bike. Okay. Now there's a note that says Rockstar Patio. What that means is there's a house in this location that has a pool shaped like the Rockstar logo. Oops, I seem to have missed the road here. Alright, here we go. And if you can find the house that has the Rockstar pool in it, you go upstairs from the pool and there's a cool patio with something to check out. Now let's see here. It's not that one. I think I've actually got these in a different order than I would normally have done them, because I'm going to have to do some double back. But let's see if I can get you a perspective here, up here on this hill. That's the Rockstar logo pool, right there. And it's going to be a little more easy to tell from this angle. Upside down. Let's go to the other side and I'll show it to you. How about that? It's funny. Okay, moving on. So, go up the stairs, and hidden package on the patio. There we go. I guess you can probably hear me pressing buttons and the creaking of the D-pad as I'm moving it around. Okay. Now, next note says jacuzzi, which is across the street the other direction, so you have to double back. There you go, turning in front of you. Sometimes they turn right in front of you as well. Alright. Look at how cool that backyard looks with the pool. Got this neat little pool area. These columns. Some lounge furniture. And in the hot tub, the hidden package. Okay. Oops. This is usually easier to... Alright. And the final one on this island says doorstep. What it means is there's a house across the street with a green door and a Porsche parked in the garage, which is always nice to grab if you need a car. Alright, and here we go. Just come right up to this door. And now we've done the first 50. And the laser scope, what that means is a sniper rifle delivered to the hotel. Alright. Alright, so now we have half of the hidden packages. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for now, and we'll make a part 2 of this where I go through the other 50. So, yeah, this should be a nice long video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's sufficiently long for some of the people who've requested, that I put together something longer than 20 or 30 minutes. So, yeah. Like I said, hope you've enjoyed this, and leave me a comment. Feel free to gush about how cool this game is if you're a fan. I certainly would. Alright, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.